I was frustrated. If they take something from it, it's that, yeah, I want to win. And sometimes, it spills over, and that's okay.
The Browns thought the loss to the New York Jets was going to be the worst part of their night, but the real explosion reportedly happened after the final whistle behind closed doors when Myles Garrett confronted head coach Kevin Stefanski in what insiders are calling one of the most heated post-game moments of the entire season. According to early reports circulating through NFL media circles, Garrett didn't just question the decisions made during the game. He allegedly challenged the leadership structure itself. The star defender was reportedly furious with the defensive scheme, frustrated with the offensive inconsistencies, and completely fed up with what he and others view as the organization ignoring the obvious issues at quarterback.
Any player, from some really great ones to the guys who aren't around as long, show their frustration in many different ways. So as long as you show that you care and you back it.
The room was already boiling from a humiliating loss, but when Garrett's voice reportedly echoed through the hallways, the temperature spiked instantly. Analysts described the Browns' loss as flat, uninspired, and chaotic, with breakdowns on both sides of the ball. Missed assignments, blown coverages, questionable play calling, everything that could have gone wrong did. And when a team with playoff expectations collapses like that on national television, emotions don't simmer quietly, they erupt. Multiple reporters hinted that Garrett felt the defensive unit was being forced to carry the entire load while the offense continued to lag behind. And when the tension finally broke, Stefanski became the center of the storm. What made this story spread instantly wasn't just the rumor of the confrontation. It was the claim that Garrett specifically called out Stefanski's refusal to give Shedeur Sanders a real opportunity. According to insiders, Garrett reportedly told Stefanski the team was wasting talent and playing scared. While these words haven't been officially confirmed, the rumor alone was enough to send the NFL community into a frenzy. Because when a superstar player, especially one with Garrett's reputation and influence, allegedly challenges the head coach, it signals something deeper than frustration. It signals a fracture. Fans immediately began piecing together the clues.
Like ourselves.
Frustration. I mean, try your best not to point fingers. So you just try to clean up what you can, execute the best you can, and be part of the solution. So, we just gotta be better.
The Browns' offense had been sputtering for weeks. Reps for Shedeur Sanders remained a controversial topic. Analysts questioned the development strategy. Former players questioned the decision-making. And now, with rumors of Garrett voicing his own frustration, the story officially reached a new level. The Jets didn't just beat Cleveland. They exposed internal tension that had been simmering below the surface. And Garrett's reported confrontation put a spotlight on everything the organization hoped to keep quiet. Because if one of the most respected players in the locker room is challenging leadership, it raises a bigger question. Is the Browns locker room losing faith in Stefanski? And that question alone turned the post-game moment into one of the most explosive storylines of the season. Once the rumor hit the internet, NFL talk shows blew up instantly. Panelists were debating the situation before the sun even came up. Some shows ran emergency segments analyzing what the alleged confrontation meant for the Browns moving forward. Others dug deeper into the history between top defensive players and offensive-minded coaches, pointing out that tension like this isn't new, but rarely does it spill out this loudly. Analysts argued that for this rumor to gain such traction, there had to be deeper issues behind the scenes. The Jets game wasn't just a loss, it was a full-on indictment of the Browns system. The defense made plays early, but once the Jets adjusted, the Browns struggled to match the energy. The offense couldn't sustain drives, the timing was off, the protection broke down. And once again, the Browns found themselves in a situation where Shedeur Sanders' absence from the starting lineup became a lightning rod for criticism. Reporters replayed every Stefanski quote from the past month, highlighting inconsistencies in how the quarterback situation has been handled. Analysts pointed out how Shedeur's reps have been limited, his opportunities controlled, and his momentum slowed despite obvious flashes of leadership whenever he spoke publicly.
Yeah, we're going to stick with Dylan. Obviously, this is a young players that you're always trying to get one game better and those type of things, but we have to play better as an offense. We have to coach better.
This surfaced criticism about whether Stefanski was resisting giving Shedeur responsibility or simply hesitant to adjust the offensive structure for a rookie quarterback. But what really fueled the drama was the idea that players reportedly shared Garrett's frustration. Insiders said some players felt the team wasn't maximizing its roster. Others reportedly felt that Shadour's presence was being held back instead of embraced. And while none of these claims have been officially confirmed, the fact that they're circulating so aggressively shows just how unstable the situation has become. Analysts also emphasized that Garrett has always been viewed as a calm, disciplined leader. So the idea of him confronting Stefanski with intensity made the rumor more believable in the eyes of fans. They argued that a blow-up like this wouldn't happen randomly. It would only happen if a star player felt the team was moving in the wrong direction. Stefanski, facing the weight of the criticism, downplayed the rumors in his post-game remarks. But even his calm tone couldn't silence the storm spreading across social media.
He does that, then I think we all kind of look around and say, we're kind of letting it go. We're falling into a rebuild instead of focus on this year and trying to find a way out of this hole that we.
Fans accused the Browns of protecting the wrong players. Others said the coaching style was outdated, and many claimed that not starting Shadour was holding the team hostage. The Jets' loss didn't just expose flaws, it created a crisis of confidence, a crisis Stefanski now has to manage, and a crisis the players must navigate carefully if they want to avoid a complete locker room meltdown. As the drama intensified, the conversation shifted beyond the confrontation itself and toward the deeper organizational issues that have been building all season. Analysts began piecing together a timeline of frustration, showing how the Browns found themselves in this dangerous place. And when laid out, the pattern was undeniable. It started with Shadour Sanders' debut, a moment that became a national storyline after he revealed he had not received first-team reps before the game. That single comment turned the spotlight onto Stefanski's developmental strategy and raised questions about preparation. Then came Dillon Gabriel's explosive interview, where pressure surrounding the quarterback competition became obvious. Then came Chris Canty's viral rant accusing Stefanski of holding Shadour back. Then came the trade rumor that sent the fan base into panic. Every incident built tension, every storyline added pressure, every rumor placed more weight on Stefanski's shoulders. So when the Browns lost to the Jets in a sloppy, undisciplined performance, it was only a matter of time before emotions boiled over. And if the reports are accurate, Myles Garrett simply became the first star player willing to voice what others have been feeling. Insiders described the locker room after the Jets' loss as heavy, emotionally strained, and full of frustration. Some players reportedly stared at the floor in silence. Others walked out quickly, avoiding reporters. The environment reflected mental exhaustion, not just from losing, but from dealing with constant controversy. And this is where Shadour's presence becomes the center of everything. Even without being the starter, his role has become symbolic. Some players reportedly view him as the future. Some see him as untapped potential being wasted. Others see his leadership traits and want the organization to embrace the next phase sooner rather than later. This tension creates a divide, not a personal one, but a philosophical one. The team wants to win now. The coaching staff wants to control the timeline. And players like Garrett, according to rumors, believe the team is missing an opportunity by refusing to evolve. The Jets game didn't create this divide, it exposed it. And the rumored confrontation became the moment the world realized how deep the issue truly runs. Stefanski is now fighting a battle on two fronts: public perception and internal trust. Meanwhile, Shadour's name continues appearing in every headline, even in situations he has no control over. That's the power of attention. That's the power of potential. That's the power of becoming the face of a franchise, even before the franchise is ready to embrace it. While media attention focused on the reported confrontation, insiders began highlighting another major issue: the growing divide between the Browns fan base and the coaching staff. Fans have been vocal for weeks, demanding more transparency, better communication, and clearer decisions regarding the quarterback position. After the Jets' loss, the volume of criticism doubled. Social media erupted with anger. Posts questioned Stefanski's decisions. Fans criticized the game plan, rotations, and clock management. And the hottest topic of all remained the same: why is Shadour Sanders not starting yet? The rumor of Garrett confronting Stefanski added gasoline to that fire. Fans felt validated. They believed the players saw the same issues they did. They argued that if the locker room feels frustration, then the coaching staff has completely lost touch with reality. The Jets' loss was the final straw because it exposed the same problems repeatedly: lack of offensive consistency, predictable play calling, missed opportunities, poor halftime adjustments, and in the eyes of fans, refusing to play Shedeur became the symbol of everything wrong with the team. It wasn't about pushing a rookie too fast, it was about holding the offense back too long. Analysts said the Browns are dealing with a narrative snowball. Every small decision becomes a major controversy. Every loss becomes evidence of mismanagement. Every rumor becomes believable. This is what happens when organizational trust dissolves. Facts stop mattering. Rumors start controlling the story. Every storyline gets consumed by emotion. Stefanski now stands in the center of this storm. Some analysts defended him, arguing that coaches often follow developmental plans that fans don't understand. But even those analysts said the Browns must communicate more clearly to avoid losing the entire narrative. Meanwhile, Shedeur remains the one figure that unites the fan base. Despite the chaos, fans believe he represents the franchise's future. When they look at Shedeur, they don't see drama, they see direction, they see identity. They see something the Browns have been missing for years: a leader who fans believe can take the team somewhere new. This is why the rumor of Garrett defending Shedeur resonated so deeply. Whether true or not, fans heard what they wanted to hear: a star player standing up for the future of the franchise. The Browns now have two choices: embrace the future, or keep fueling the drama that is overshadowing everything the team is trying to build. By the end of the week, the fallout from the Jets' loss and the reported confrontation had reshaped the Browns' entire identity. Cleveland is now viewed not as a team dealing with a bad game, but as a team standing at a crossroads, a franchise that must decide whether to evolve or stay stuck in a cycle of hesitation and confusion. Stefanski's next move may define his career. The organization's next statement may determine the locker room's trust, and the quarterback decision may shape the Browns for years. The reported confrontation between Myles Garrett and Stefanski didn't just expose tension, it exposed leadership questions. It exposed communication gaps. It exposed the emotional fatigue building inside the locker room. Analysts say this is the type of moment that either breaks a team or forces it to rebuild its structure from the inside out. Meanwhile, Shedeur Sanders remains the quiet center of the storm. He hasn't spoken publicly about the rumors. He hasn't fueled the drama. He hasn't responded emotionally. That silence has only strengthened his image. Fans see him as focused, disciplined, and ready, even if the coaching staff hasn't fully embraced him yet. And the NFL world continues watching every rep he takes, every practice rotation, every sideline camera shot, because Shedeur is no longer just a rookie quarterback. He's the symbol of the Browns' future, the measuring stick for organizational leadership, and the player fans believe will eventually redefine the team. The Browns cannot run from this moment. They cannot hide behind vague answers. They cannot pretend things are fine. If the rumored confrontation happened, it means their leadership structure is cracking. If it didn't, the fact that fans believe it shows how fragile the current trust level is. Either way, the organization must respond with clarity and direction, or risk losing both the fan base and the locker room. Because Shedeur isn't just a quarterback, he's the franchise's turning point, and how the Browns handle this moment will determine whether the team rises together or collapses under pressure. If you enjoy this deep dive breakdown, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more intense NFL storytelling, quarterback analysis, and behind the scenes coverage.